forgetting where we came from. The most important thing in business is honesty, integrity, hard work, family, never forgetting where we came from. The most important thing in business is honesty, integrity, hard work, family, never forgetting where we came from. The most important thing in business is honesty, integrity, hard work, family, never forgetting where we came from. The most important thing in business is honesty, integrity, hard work, family, never forgetting where we came from. The most important thing in business is honesty, integrity, hard work, family, never forgetting where we came from. The most important thing in business is honesty, integrity, hard work, family, never forgetting where we came from. Most important thing in business is honesty, integrity, hard work, family, never forgetting where we came from. Most important thing in business is honesty, integrity, hard work, family, never forgetting where we came from. Most important thing in business is honesty, integrity, hard work, family, never forgetting where we came from. Most important thing in business is honesty, integrity, hard work, family, never forgetting where we came from. Most important thing in business is honesty, integrity, hard work, family, never forgetting where we came from. most important thing in business is honesty, integrity, hard work, family, never forgetting where we came from. The most important thing in business is honesty, integrity, hard work, family, never forgetting where we came from.
All right. How's everybody doing out there? You are now rolling with the D. We went from a show on wheels to a studio show. Great to be here tonight. Really excited. Got some great information for you guys tonight. And I just have to, say today we had an incredible day. Myself and my team, my entire team, we got to spend the day up at Paul Mitchell The School Tampa. We got to be a part of their grand kind of opening week. This was the first guest artist they had. So we went up there and we literally just, rocked out, did amazing haircuts. Big shout out to the team. Some incredible work from makeup to hair cutting, to styling and finishing. It was a joy for me to watch as they all just kind of unleashed their creativity for a jam-packed room. So it was really exciting, and it's kind of perfect timing because tonight's show is going to be all about public speaking. So if this is your first time joining us, welcome to Rollin' with the D. Welcome to the show. Excited to have you here. Excited to have you in the place to be. You're exactly where you should be. We're coming to you a little earlier. We've been adjusting the times. Typically, we'll air this show live at 10 p.m., but we've been airing it a little bit earlier. But we're coming to you 5 days a week. So if you're catching this live, good for you. If you're catching it on a recording, good for you. The content is going to be extremely incredible for you and valuable. So I hope you're ready to go for a ride. So when I think about this show and what we're doing with Rollin' with the D, we call it Hacking the Bob. And when I say Hacking the Bob, I'm talking about hacking the business of beauty. So that's what Bob stands for us. It's the business of beauty. A lot of times as a stylist, we learn, we go to classes. It's a lot of awesome things. It's like haircutting classes, which I love teaching. Color classes, which I love teaching. Styling and finishing classes, which I love teaching, but not enough of the business that we're in. Getting really a grasp of what it is that we're doing we're hoping to turn into a significant career, a significant income, our way to rid ourselves of debt, to plan for the future, financial security. That's the things that we want to do with this. But I know as an artist, when do most artists get paid? It's when they die. So do you want to wait until you die to get paid, or would you like to come along on a ride and learn more about the business of beauty? And that's where we're really dedicating this show, Rollin' with the D, which happened by a complete accident. I was just recording while I was driving around, going from salon to salon to salon, recording so I wasn't recklessly taking notes on my phone with my head down using my thumbs. So in doing that, I actually was loading these videos up onto YouTube. And I thought I was loading them all privately, but I ended up loading one of them publicly, and somebody found it, and they were like, I stumbled upon this video that you did. It was really cool, really got me inspired. Do you have any more? And I'm like, well, actually, I do. I've been doing this, for a while. So I had 70 plus videos, and they're all, 2-minute, 3-minute videos, but they were all on there. So I made it a public record. I just pushed it out there. And it went from just being behind the wheel, driving around, recording, rolling with the D on wheels, to actually dedicating a full studio show to Rolling with the D, because I thought, well, if this one person got value out of the show, what would it mean to me to be able to bring it to the masses, and how could I amplify this voice, and how could I get it out there to more people? So that's when I started doing this show, and we just, we really kicked off at the beginning of October. So, second week or so, we're about 20 shows deep. All of the shows are being recorded. We're uploading them onto the different platforms, like the one we're on right now, which is Ustream.tv. We also will have them published on our YouTube channel. We also push out videos and clips through Instagram and Facebook and all of the other social mediums. And if you're on the stream and you want to ask a question, make sure you're using the hashtag RWTD for Rolling with the D, so I can respond. I love reading your comments. I love hearing about your victories, your successes, any questions that you have. We want to be able to take those and answer them and tackle them, because this show is about you guys. So I want to make sure you guys are getting the value. You guys are hearing about the topics that you want to hear about. So make sure you're using that hashtag RWTD. So tonight, what tonight's show really is about is I'm going to go through, some of the most powerful tips when it comes to speaking in public. It was once said that one of the number one fears on the planet right after death, right? Death was number one, death was right up there with number one and number two. Here's how it went. It went public speaking, right? And then it went death by fire. Now I want you to think about that. It ranks right up there with getting burned to death. That's how terrified people become of public speaking. And for myself, I'm making a career out of public speaking, but I never in a million years would have thought it'd be something that I would pursue. Every time I get to speak, even today, when I got up there and in front of, 50, 60, 70 people in the room, it's packed, the energy's there, my whole team is there, my blood starts to boil, and it's excitement. And I'm going to talk about what to do with that excitement, because some people, they take it and it's become stage fright, so that's what some people turn it into. But through tonight, what I really want to take you guys through are some of the tips, because there is going to come a day, whether you like it or not, that you're going to find yourself in a position of public speaking. You're going to find yourself in front of the room, as we say. You're going to find yourself either in front of your team, whether it's just in front of a guest, one or two guests. If you're trying to become an educator, like if you're in the beauty industry, you want to go out and teach in salons. Public speaking is going to be something that you must learn to do, and you want to master the craft. Now, I will tell you that a lot of public speakers start out the same way. They're terrified. There's no, they were just born to public speak. There's none of that. Everybody has the nerves. Everybody has the jitters. Everybody feels like they're going to either throw up. It's either coming out this end or that end, right? Everybody feels like that. But when you go into the world of public speaking and you're able to know what to do with those energies and you're able to harness those energies, it can become a lot of fun. And when things are fun, we do it more and more and more. Now it's like, for me, it's fun. Does my blood still boil a little bit? Yes, because I care about what I'm doing, and I want to make sure when I'm about to speak that I'm not going to waste words. I'm not going to waste people's time. So preparation is going to be key, and I'm going to take you through 7 of the most powerful steps. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen or heard about TED Talks, TED, TED Talks. There's an app you can get. You can go on YouTube. You can look up some of the most powerful talks, but there's 18, 20-minute talks where that's what people do. They just stand and they talk, and they pick a subject and they try to captivate an audience in that time. Now, there's shorter ones. It could be 5 minute, 10 minute, but up to 20 minute, a TED Talk. So some of the most powerful speakers that do TED Talks, they started compiling a list, and I'm going to go through some of that list and share some of my insights in that list with you guys tonight. So I hope that you're excited about being here. I love doing this show. I love being able to come to you 5 days a week to be able to share some insights, share some tips, share something that can help you either grow as a person, grow as a company, grow as a business, grow as a leader, grow as an influencer. If you have influence over anything, including a dog, you are, by definition, a leader. So to be able to grow, and that's what this show is all about. So I'm excited to share some of these tips. But I know, like some of you guys out there, you're terrified, and you're like, well, I'm going to stay away from public speaking. Well, the thing is, there's no way around it, right? Say one day, if you're a male, and you're going to ask a female to marry you. That's going to be probably a public speaking engagement, hopefully, right? An engagement. If you're going out for a job, when else would you speak? You go out for a job, you're going for a job interview. That's going to be a public speaking arrangement. You're getting ready to launch a new product. You're trying to sell an idea. You're trying to sell a service. You're trying to start a business. Business requires capital. You're going to have to present. I found myself in a boardroom just last week having to present. But one of the things I want to share with you is that it is going to happen. It's inevitable. It happens in everybody's cycle of life. There will come a time where you will be in front of the room, in front of the microphone, in front of the camera, delivering a message. So what I want to do is I want to help you when you're there, when that moment comes, you're ready to captivate. You're ready to grab people's attention. You're ready to become a storyteller. You're ready to be able to paint a picture with words, to be a wordsmith, to be articulate. And that's a lot of what speaking has to do. And hopefully, you'll be able to take some of this information and you'll be able to go out, whether it's back into your business, back into your salons, back in front of your team, and use some of this information and be successful. Are all of the fears, all of the little, the butterflies and the guts, like in your gut, starts to tighten up, right? Is that going to go away? It's not going to go away completely, especially if you care about what you're doing. But after practice and practice and practice and practice and just getting up there and doing it over and over and over and over again, over the past, 5 to 10 years, I found myself in thousands of situations where I had to call on a lot of these principles, a lot of these tips, and it's gotten me through. And I've gotten better with practice, with coaching, with following through on the tips, with rehearsal. And that's what all the greatest public speakers and the greatest orators do. They practice constantly. Think about your singers. Think about people that deliver great speeches, the great speakers of our time, Dr. Martin Luther King. Think about even Abraham Lincoln, the different presidents of the United States when they're delivering addresses to the country. There's a great movie out there. I think it's King Henry's speech. How he overcame a speech impediment. So I want you to be thinking about that because there's a lot of examples out there. Who do you enjoy listening to? Study them. I know for me personally, I study a lot of comedians because speaking, I look at verbal and how they tell stories and how they have you kind of hanging on to every word. You're just waiting for the next word to come out of their mouth. But also their body, how they use their body, how they position themselves on the stage. So as we go through these tips tonight, we're going to be covering a lot of that. So we're going to cover 7 of the most powerful public speaking tips. And this is a list correlated. It's all been correlated, curated from the most watched TED Talk speakers on the planet. So it's pretty awesome. So I'm excited to share this information for you. And I came across this, one of my favorite websites, entrepreneur.com. I was looking, doing some research because a lot of people, especially as an educator, I've been working on some recent certifications with other educators, and that's been a big thing, because as an educator, we have to get up and deliver information, but we want some kind of action to be taken. And a lot of times, it's going to be business to happen. How does business happen? How does that happen? Every time, as we talked about this, that every time two people get together, a transaction happens. It's sell or be sold. One of the books that I recommended in a previous episode goes into that deeply. So you're going to want to read that book, Sell or Be Sold. But within that, I want you to think about how the transaction comes through your ability to speak and be able to paint a picture and be able to articulate. And a lot of times you're going to find yourself, you're not going to have a PowerPoint. You're not going to have a fancy setup. It's just going to be you, mano a mano, eyeball to eyeball, nose to nose, delivering information. So I want you to, when you do that, when you find yourself in that situation, I want you to not feel like you're about to die, not like you're choking out, you got to use the bathroom, it's going to come out. Like, I want you to be comfortable to a point where you're able to take that and use some of these tips and move forward and be successful. So tonight, if you want to be a better public speaker, if you're looking at growing your business, this is a skill you're going to need, because the time is going to come when you're going to find yourself in front of a room. You're going to find yourself in front of the investors. You're going to find yourself in front of the prospect or in front of the person, male or female, that you just, I want to say something to them. And you'll be able to use some of these tips to help you become more comfortable as you're growing your business. So that's what tonight's show is all about. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're going to take a short break. If you're on the stream, if you're on YouTube, if you're on Ustream.tv, or if you're on Twitter, make sure you're using our official hashtag, which is RWTD for Rolling with the D. And we're excited. I'm excited when we come back to be able to share 7 of the most powerful public speaking tips from some of the best speakers on the planet. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back. This break is brought to you by 1.0 Express, a Paul Mitchell focus salon and professional training salon. Are you a professional stylist who loves professional training? Or are you a salon owner who wants your stylist to receive the best professional training and become more well-rounded? Then you need to visit 1.0 Express, a professional training salon, where we offer a variety of weekly mini classes and workshops that range in areas such as hair cutting, hair coloring, hairstyling, and business building. 1.0 Express, a professional training salon. Visit us at www.thesalon1.net for our upcoming schedule of classes and workshops, or call us at 813-870-3700. That's 813-870-3700. 1.0 Express, a professional training salon for salon professionals who love professional training. We'll see you.
Your morning, your job, your activities throughout the day, they all take a toll on you. Then you have to do it all again, and again, and again. Sometimes you need an extra charge. Awake Energy Shots give your body the boost it needs when you can't afford a letdown. Take charge. Get Awake Energy Shots exclusively at shop.com.
This break is brought to you by The Salon 1.0, a Paul Mitchell focus salon with locations in Tampa, Florida and Oldsmar, Florida. Are you tired of the same old routine when you go to the salon? You know the one I'm talking about. You go into the salon, sit down, and the stylist says, "What are you getting done?" And then when you leave, you have a shorter version of the same thing you came in with. Then it's time to upgrade your salon experience and visit the Salon 1.0 near you. Our team of salon professionals are trained in the latest techniques in hair cutting, hair coloring, and hair styling, and will offer you customized consultations with every visit. Enjoy our complimentary beverage bar and private shampoo room where you can sit back, relax, and enjoy a hot towel treatment, head massage, and hand massage with every visit. Come in and let one of our Paul Mitchell trained professionals create your new look. Visit us at www.thesalon1.net to schedule your next reservation. That's www.thesalon1.net. You can also reach us in Tampa at 813-280-2953 or in Oldsmar at 813-854-4505. Visit the Salon 1.0 and let us show you what the salon experience is all about. All right, welcome back. Welcome back. You are rolling with the D, hashtag RWTD. Thanks for tuning in. Excited to be here. Excited to have you guys spending some time coming into the Salon 1.0 Media Studio and our Rolling with the D show, where we come to you 5 days a week, bringing you live content. Rolling with the D is about hacking the Bob, the business of beauty. And tonight, we're tackling the subject of public speaking. Now, I know a lot of you guys out there, you're terrified of it because statistically, public speaking is one of the biggest fears on the planet. Public speaking ranks right up there with getting burned to death by fire. So people are thinking that's on the same level. But the truth is, you're going to have to do this. You're going to have this skill if you want to be able to progress and move forward with your business, progress and move forward with your relationships, progress and move forward with your team that you're leading. You're going to have this skill because the day will come when you're going to find yourself in front of the room. And tonight I'm sharing with you 7 of the most powerful tips from some of the great orators that do the TED Talks, that stand there and have to captivate an audience, and they have maybe 20 minutes to do that. And this is something that I focus on because my blood still boils when I come in front of a room, whether it's one person or 1,000 people. I still feel that, and I use these tips on a regular basis. Whether I'm in a boardroom, if I'm one-on-one, if I'm in a group, whatever the setting is, these tips really do help. So the first one, 7 of the most powerful tips for public speaking, a nice list that was correlated for us, is don't talk right away. You don't have to talk right away. When you come on stage, when you step in front of the crowd or the audience, or you get in front of the people that you're going to deliver your message to, quietly establish your position. A lot of people, they come out and they just they start talking because their nerves. And their nerves, it's written all over it. After that, it's kind of like it's downhill from there. So you can come out and you can establish yourself for a minute. Take a nice deep breath. Okay? Take a deep breath. Establish yourself. Help show the audience when you do that you're totally confident. It shows confidence, and it shows the audience that you're in charge of the situation. So no matter what the presentation is, just gather yourself, and you don't have to talk right away. So that's another one. So number 2, the second one on here, we're talking about show up to give, not to take. Often when people are doing presentations to sell products or sell ideas to get people to follow them, it's about, take, and that's all they do. You have to think about giving. What kind of value are you going to provide the audience? What kind of value are you going to give the audience? Yes, you're going to be able to ask for social following or social proof or someone to like your page or do all that. That is going to happen. But when you first provide tremendous value, then the ask is a lot easier to do. The ask is not really like a pitch at the end of it. It's just an ask. And really, if you provide enough value, you probably won't even have to ask. A lot of times, in my presentations, I'll actually leave my email and my social media contacts up as a slide, but I won't really address the slide. I'll just leave it up. At the very end, maybe in the last, 1 to 2 minutes of a presentation, I'll leave that up there. But what did I do for the previous, 85 to 95% of the presentation? I was working on providing, giving, providing value, providing something that inspires people, providing information, providing material that you can use. So number 2, you want to show up to give and not take. Because if you immediately come out there and it's take, you're going to turn your audience off. They're going to tune out, and you might as well just close your mouth and stop talking at that point because it's over. It's over. So show up to give, not take. Number 3, really important here, make eye contact with audience members one by one. Now, if you're in a huge audience, right, and you can see, as far as you can see back, the last person you can see, the whites of their eyes, work from there and work in and work left, work right, work in, work out in the audience. Look for eye contact. You want to make eye contact. You don't want to be scanning and panning and, you look kind of, nervous. It disconnects you from your audience when you do that. You want to be able to make eye contact, effective eye contact. Sometimes I'll have somebody in my audience and, we'll make good eye contact. And I may even it's like talk to them just for, 5 to 10 seconds. Because they're right there with me and we're locked in. And that can happen. So if you want to look at your audience, you want to be able to build that value and build that connection. You want to look at them. You want to look at them as you're explaining things, seeing if they understand. Seeing when you finish a sentence, you want to move on then to another person. And keep connecting with individuals as you're giving your presentation. That's going to be a key thing. Until you're done speaking, it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. Think about when you have a conversation with somebody. You're not speaking at them. You're speaking with them. So you want to have that eyeball-to-eyeball conversation, just like you would have one-on-one. But you're just now doing it at scale, so you want to be able to do it with individuals. You want to be able to move around the room. As you're finishing a sentence, move into one, move into another, move into another. So that's a big thing. Using eye contact, making eye contact with your audience one by one. Number 4, speak unusually slowly. And I've been modeling some of this as I've been doing this. Even though I'm not there with you, I'm attempting to make eye contact. And for some things, I'm slowing down how I'm speaking. When you get nervous, here's what happens, right? Your heart beats, quickens, right? Your words tend to speed up. You start going real fast. Luckily, right, you're saying, and everything you're saying starts to come out faster and faster and faster and faster until people can't even understand you, and then you forget what you're saying. So sometimes it's okay to slow down, unusually, slowly, to make an emphasis on a point. So you can do that. And what does that give you a chance to do? It gives you a chance to breathe. So you want to be able to take nice, long, deep breaths. And people will wait for you. It's pretty cool. So I want you to think about that. Speaking fast is one thing, but making sense and making a point and making a connection is a whole other thing. It's great to have good energy, but I could have good energy like right now and project physically, but still my pace of the words that I'm saying are coming out clearly. They're not coming out too fast. Sometimes I might get excited and I might speed up, but then I can bring it back, focus. When I want to make a point, I can slow it down. So you want to be able to have that and vary that. Several seconds you can put in between words, and people are starting to think about what is going to come next. They'll hang. You may have just been hanging right there, or you may have been ready even to finish my sentence, but they'll hang on to the words. And that's something that you want to develop. So you can use that in your presentation to speak unusually slowly sometimes. So varying the pace. Also, you can vary the volume. You can vary the pitch. If you think about it, you could be talking really low sometimes, and then you can bring it really high. It depends on what you're trying to emphasize. So those are things that you can use. And I work with a lot of my team members. I have some staff members that are also educators. They're going to be doing a lot of public speaking. So at one of the programs that we're developing, is for that. It's a full day. We're just working on, not even, say that the product is one thing, but not even the product, just working on delivering a message using various pitches, ranging of the voice, up and down, and pitch fast and slow, and being able to use their body in a way, use their sound in a way that they can captivate an audience. So that's one of my favorite trainings to do, because I love doing it, but it's a combination of all of these tips, constantly working in unison, constantly working in harmony. And it's going to take a lot of practice. Nothing is going to erase the amount of practice. You're not going to watch this video, hear these 7 tips, and go out there and deliver an inaugural address. That's just not going to happen. I don't care who you are. But what you will do is you'll watch this video, and you'll hear some of these tips, and you'll start to put them into practice. And one of the things that I always recommend, record yourself. Record yourself delivering, a 5-minute presentation. That's what we start with. We start with 5-minute, 3 to 5 minute presentations. Then we build to 15-minute. Then we build to 30-minute. Then we build to 1 hour, hour and a half, up to 2-hour presentations. So in doing that, you're also strengthening through the process your muscles that it takes. Because it's going to take a lot physically. Not only are you using your voice, you got to make sure you know how to take care of that. Take care of your vocals, where your sound is coming from. You have to learn how to vary your pitch, and you have to, especially if you're doing longer presentations. In the TED Talks, like I was sharing earlier, 20 minutes or so. But presentations can get a lot longer. The presentation I was working on today, it was almost a 2-hour time slot. And the majority of the time, I have to do a lot of talking, but I'm also working too, especially if you're a hairstylist and you want to be an educator. You're going to need to be able to work and talk at the same time, and that's going to add a whole new dynamic to what you're doing, because now you're intently focused on what you're doing, and then you're going to tell a story to be able to still share a story, share a joke, share a aha moment, share a testimonial while your hands continue to work. And you still have to keep all of these things happening. Keep the pitch moving up and moving down. Keep the words moving faster and moving slower. Being able to move and use your body and use your sound. So that's going to be a lot of what comes into the mechanics. Moving into number 5. We got 5, 6, and 7. We're coming in to the last 3 most powerful tips for public speaking. And this list was put together, and it's a dynamic list, and it was put together by some of the top TED Talk speakers. Guys like Simon Sinek, Mel Robbins. If you go to TED Talks, you can check them out. And this list was put together by Kim LaChance Chandrau from Entrepreneur.com. Incredible list. She's a senior writer there. She put this list together, and it's an incredible list. And all of these things are mechanics. And what I wanted to do and share these things with you, because these are the mechanics. The time is going to come, folks, that you're going to be called on to be put in front of the room to speak. And when that happens, I want you to be prepared. I want you to have tips. I want you to have an arsenal of activities, an arsenal of things that you can do, so you get up there and you deliver the speech of a lifetime. You captivate an audience. You're able to move your business forward, move your idea forward, move your product forward, move that person forward to the next step in the process. So that's what we're talking about tonight. The art of public speaking, the 7 most powerful tips, a list that was curated by some of the most watched TED Talk speakers on the planet. So I'm excited to share this for you. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to get into number 5, number 6, and number 7. These tips you're going to want to know, you're going to want to be able to use as you go out there and as you start public speaking. If you're on the stream with us, make sure you're using the hashtag RWTD for Rolling with the D. If you want to call in, I'd be more than happy to take your call at 813-870-3700. That's 813-870-3700. Stick with us. We'll be back right after these messages, and we're going to share with you the last 3 tips on how you can become a dynamic public speaker. So stay tuned.
This break is brought to you by Delusion Co. Are you ready to simplify your life with modern, real-time accounting? Then you're going to want to visit Michael and the team at Delusion Co. They offer a variety of services from accounting, bookkeeping, taxes, tax planning, and financial planning for individuals and businesses to help save you time and money. They utilize the latest innovations in cloud-based technology to really help you grow your business, and they can adapt to any platform. They are truly accountants for the digital age and will keep you up to date with the latest strategies and solutions. Get in touch with Delusion Co. at deluciaco.com, also at 813-252-0-TAX. That's 813-252-0-TAX. Delusion Co. Simplify your life with modern, real-time accounting. This break is brought to you by 1.0 Express, a Paul Mitchell focus salon and professional training salon. Are you a professional stylist who loves professional training? Or are you a salon owner who wants your stylist to receive the best professional training and become more well-rounded? Then you need to visit 1.0 Express, a professional training salon, where we offer a variety of weekly mini classes and workshops that range in areas such as hair cutting, hair coloring, hair styling, and business building. 1.0 Express, a professional training salon. Visit us at www.thesalon1.net for our upcoming schedule of classes and workshops, or call us at 813-870-3700. That's 813-870-3700. 1.0 Express, a professional training salon for salon professionals who love professional training. We'll see you there.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back. You are back in the place to be. You are rolling with the D. We are here live, Studio 1.0, where we come to you 5 days a week to hack the Bob. So when I talk about hacking the Bob, what am I talking about? I'm talking about hacking the business of beauty. You know, we're in the beauty industry. Myself, as a hairstylist, I started out, became an educator in our Paul Mitchell schools, became an educator for Paul Mitchell, the company, get to travel, inspire, educate, teach people the art of hair. But as a business owner now, as a salon owner, having a few locations here, I've decided to start embarking on a little bit of a new journey to be able to really, what I felt was missing was somebody really speaking to that hairdresser community, speaking to the hairstylists of the world, and taking them behind the curtain or under the hood, so to speak, helping you really understand what things are going to help grow your business, what things are going to help you be more dynamic as an entrepreneurial-minded hairdresser. What business are you in? A lot of us, we think, you know, we're artists, and it's awesome. You are art. You know, you are an artist. No one's doubting that. But a lot of times what happens is most artists, when do they get paid? When they die. So for me, I know as a hairstylist, I was always craving, like I wanted to know more about the business of hair. I wanted to know more about the business of beauty. And so that's what this show is all about. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Love doing this show. We're at 5 days a week. We come to you Monday through Friday. We're doing this show for you guys to have a place to come in, plug in, and get some great information. And tonight we're talking about the 7 most powerful tips for public speaking, which is something that each and every one of us is going to have to do at some point in our career. There's just no escaping it. Whether you're raising money, whether you're the CEO of a company, whether you're about to be a manager, whether you're just working one-on-one with guests, public speaking and strengthening that skill set is going to be something that you're going to want to focus on. Now, when people think about it, they want to throw up. They want to run and hide. Nobody loves to do it. Nobody's like, yeah, put me in front of a room. I just want to do it. Even the people that do it professionally for a living, your comedians, your singers, they all rehearse, they practice relentlessly to strengthen their skills and get better at it. For me, doing it's a big majority of my time. I spend a lot of time speaking to people, whether it's a one-on-one or one-on-many, like we did today. There's a lot of that in my schedule. So I constantly am working on these skill sets. Repetition is the mother of all learning. I record myself often so I can watch. And I want you to think about some of the greatest at anything that they do. Take like the Michael Jordans, the LeBron James. In the basketball arena, basketball just started back, so everyone's all pumped. You know what these guys do in the off season, in their downtime? They watch themselves playing basketball so they can critique. And they can watch their moves, and all of the players do that. So what about you as a speaker? How much time, how much video have you done? How much video do you have of you delivering a presentation start to finish? And have you sat down, if you want to get yourself some popcorn, pop some popcorn and watch it. And here's a tip that's not even on the list of 7 tips that I'm sharing, but one of the things that I kind of discovered as I was doing this, as I started doing this, and I would record, and I would watch the video. I would watch it, first time I watch it, all the way through. Just watch it, start to finish. Second time I watch it, I would watch it without the sound. So I could see my physical body, see what I'm doing physically. I would watch it with just visually watching it. No sound at all. And then after I went through and I watched it and I saw visually what my body was doing, then I would watch it with the sound with a blindfold on. And when I watched it with a blindfold on, what did I do? I was listening for the visual, was gone, so I was listening for the audio part of the presentation. How did I sound? Was I using various ranges with my pitch? Was I getting louder at certain parts for things I was trying to emphasize? Was I slowing down? Was I picking up? Did I have various pace? So that's something I'm going to encourage you to do. It's pretty unique when you see it, because you might think, wow, I had all the material, I had all the information, I nailed all the key points, but the whole entire presentation was like this, and you never had any varying tones. And yes, you sounded very knowledgeable, but after about 17 words, the person that was listening to you thought, I know what they're going to say next. It all sounds the same. I'm now tuning out. Goodbye. That happens. That happens to people. It's happened to me. I've had presentations where I had people falling asleep. Why would that happen? Because I wasn't grabbing them. I wasn't using these techniques. I wasn't using various pitches and tones and speeds. I wasn't using my physical presence to move in and out. Using my body, using my sound, using my pitch range, using my facial expressions, just like I'm doing tonight. And I'm trying to model a lot of this information as I'm presenting to you, as I'm doing this. Even though I'm coming to you through the web, I'm trying to give you some of this, and so you can kind of see how it's modeled. In a live setting, of course, you're engaging. Now I'm making that eye contact. So we're going through the 7 most powerful speaking tips by some of the world's greatest TED speakers from Entrepreneur Magazine. Awesome tips we have here. So I'm going to just kind of catch up where we're at. Number 1 was don't talk right away. You can come out, establish yourself, take a breath before you begin. Don't start rambling. Number 2 is show up to give, not take. Remember, provide tremendous value, before you do anything else. So show up to give, not take. Make eye contact. Number 3, make eye contact with audience members one by one. Finish a sentence with an audience member, then move on. Make eye contact so you can make connections with the audience. Number 4 is speak unusually, slowly. You can put pauses in to draw people in to the conversation. That is perfectly fine. Number 5, ignore naysayers. Dismiss people that are, making funny faces, crossing their arms, shaking their heads. Instead, focus only on your supporters in that environment, the people who are visibly engaged. Now, I know I said make eye contact with everyone, but if you got somebody tuned out, you don't have to stare at them because it's going to throw you off. Look for those people that are visually engaged. How can you tell? They're like, yeah, okay, They're moving. You can see the wheels turning when you make eye contact with them. Those are the people that you want to focus on, that are enjoying your presentation, nodding, yeah. If you find audience members who are positively engaged, interacting with you, that's the people that are going to give you the confidence, help you feel more relaxed. Those are the people I'm going to zero in on. And you're going to find those people early in your presentation. If your presentation is 20 minutes long, you're going to find those people in the first couple of minutes. And you're going to start working with them. You're going to be presenting with them. Okay? So that's something I want you to think about. Number 5, ignore the naysayers. Number 6, turn nervousness into excitement. This is one of my favorite ones. I love this one because one of the things that happens, as I shared earlier, is as my blood starts to boil and you get nervous, a lot of people, they turn it into stage fright. They turn it into, oh my God, people are looking at me. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. And they turn in there, your palms get all sweaty. Your mouth gets dry. You forget your words. You forget your name sometimes. So when that happens, what are you going to be able to do with that nervousness? What are you going to be able to do? You want to channel that. You want to start to take that energy. Think about it. And one of the things that I was reading was that Olympic athletes, before and after competing, they were all asking the same questions. People were asking them, were you nervous? Were you nervous? All of the athletes had the same answer. What did they say? No, I was excited. The competitors, they were taking the body's signs of nervousness, clammy hands, pounding heart, tense nerves, and reinterpreting them as side effects of excitement and exhilaration. And that's what you're going to feel. Your heart rate should go up before you step in front of that crowd. You should feel a little tension. You should feel some blood moving and flowing through your body. And you're going to take that and you're going to convert that into energy, into your presentation, so you can deliver on another level. That's going to be huge for you. So number 6, turning nervousness into excitement. And number 7, the 7th most powerful tip for you to become a dynamic public speaker is say thank you when you're done. Applause is truly a gift. When you're receiving a gift, it's only right to express what? How grateful you are for it. So you want to be able to say thank you. Thinking about your presentation, thinking about the time that you've taken away that those people that are listening to you will never, ever get back. Finish your presentations with those 2 simple words. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you might get an applause. Yeah, you might get a standing O, but that's not what you're doing it for. That's not what you're doing it for. That's a gift. But you need to show you are grateful. So say thank you at the end of your presentation. And that's something that's huge. So real quick, I'm going to run through the list, the 7 most powerful tips for public speaking, which everyone is going to have to do at some point. Number 1 was don't talk right away. Number 2 was show up to give, not take. Number 3 was to make eye contact with audience members one by one. No panning and sweeping. Number 4 was to speak unusually, slowly during certain parts of your presentation. Number 5 was to ignore the naysayers. Those people that aren't engaged, forget about them. Hone in on the people that are. Number 6, turn nervousness into excitement. And number 7, make sure you say thank you. And I want to end the show on that note today, saying thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for giving your time to Rollin' with the D Live. I'm loving doing this show for you guys. I hope you guys are getting some value out of it. It'd mean a lot to me if you would leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know of any topics you'd like me to touch on. Let me know of any questions that you have. If you leave them on the stream or you leave them on Facebook. If you haven't liked our page at facebook.com/to the salon 1.0, you can leave questions there. You can leave comments there. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, leave them in the comment section below the video, because I look in there, read the comments, respond to the comments personally. I don't have anybody doing that for me. I do it myself. And if you're leaving any comments on the video, if you're watching on ustream.tv, definitely get involved. Leave your comments. Leave your questions in there. I enjoy seeing that. I enjoy doing this show. And I thank you guys for giving your time, spending your time watching Rollin' with the D. We're coming at you 5 days a week, where we hack the business of beauty, try to bring you some ideas, bring you some tips, bring you some information that can help rock your business, help change your business. And I hope tonight's episode helps navigate you through that fear of public speaking and helps you become a dynamic public speaker. So I want to see you out there. Make a video. Make a 2-minute speech. Make a 2-minute presentation. Send me the video. Let me take a look at it. I love to see your progress. I love any other questions or things that I can do for you. Please let me know. As always, it's been a pleasure. So with that said, I thank you for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you guys on our next show. Tomorrow we'll be airing live, so be there. You're Rolling with the D. Go out there, become the speaker that I know you guys can be. And I look forward to seeing you again. Thank you guys for tuning in, and have a great rest of your day. Pass it on.
The most important thing in business is honesty, integrity, hard work, family, never forgetting where we came from. The most important thing in business is honesty, integrity, hard work, family, never forgetting where we came from.